Yeah, I look like this. What do you want? So, I'm 40 and I'm single. So, as you might expect, I've got some very strong opinions about superhero movies. So, I haven't dated in a while. That's not a surprise. Okay, I know I look like an orc. Not like an orc who's particularly unattractive, like an orc who's made fun of by the other orcs in Middle Earth for being ugly. You know, like an orc whose letters to Dear Abby get rejected for being toxically sad. I do date occasionally. And my last girlfriend, the last girl I dated was an engineer. And I recommend that to everybody because engineers take relationships to the natural endpoint, to the logical endpoint of all relationships because they test you to destruction. That's an engineering joke. STEM, people, STEM. Science, technology, engineering, math, you got it. That's what we're going to do here today. We're going to cover science, cover all the areas. All right, education. And but my last girlfriend was a psychiatrist. But not a psychologist, a psychiatrist. That was very important because she could give out drugs. Not that she ever gave me any. No matter how much I begged. So she was very smart. We're in this organization called Mensa together. And we didn't last very long. We went about 6 months together. And she was beautiful, and not just because she had a lot of plastic surgery, but it helped. I asked her, I was like, do you have any work done? She's like, I'm over 40, I live in LA. Of course I've had work done, you idiot. But she gave me the best compliment I ever got, just a great compliment. She said to me once, she said, you're the first guy I've slept with who I think might be smarter than me. And it's a turn on. Now that doesn't sound impressive, but let me unpack that for you. Okay, you got to translate that from Dr. Ease, all right? Because doctors are very arrogant. I mean, doctors are really, really arrogant. You know, like politicians or CEOs or some stand-up comics on stage right now. And so to translate that from Dr. Ease, what that means is you've got a giant, massive, throbbing brain, and I want it inside of me right now. That's what it means. All right? That's what that translates as. And like I said, I was in this group together called Mensa, and that's kind of like a fraternity for really socially awkward people. But it's got incredibly high admission standards to get into this group of socially awkward people. And they might be related somehow. It could be correlation, maybe causation. Anyway, so to get in, you have to score in the top 2% on a standardized IQ test. Now, that's not a minimum score. You gotta understand, that's not a minimum score. You just gotta score in the top 2%. And the reason there's no minimum score is because there's no such thing as an IQ point. It doesn't mean anything. So, like if someone says to you, I've got 150 IQ point, IQ of 150 as like a pickup line, first off, he's lying. And second, it's meaningless. It's like saying my height is 20,000 gazorbazorbs. All right, it just doesn't mean anything. It's like a guy saying that he loves you before he's seen you naked. Right? It's just empty of content. There's no semantic values. If you haven't realized that, I hate to break the truth to you, okay? If we haven't seen you naked, you can't trust anything we say. Except for me. I'm honest. Compulsively so. But intelligence is kind of a tricky subjective concept. So let me kind of explain to you what top 2% might mean in other contexts. So in height, among American males, top 2% is like 6'4". All right, so think about the people you meet, how many people have been 6'4" or higher. And like for dick size, all right, that's like an 11-inch cock. Do you know how much sex I'd be having if I was like 6'4" with an 11-inch cock? But no, I gotta be 3 standard deviations away from the norm in intelligence. Which is great if you want to get a scholarship to law school, which I did, but it's terrible for sex life. What do I bring to the table? Interesting ideas, conversation, problem-solving skills? That getting anybody wet? No. No, I mean, and like... Right? It's not working. And girls, girls aren't looking necessarily for a really smart guy because here's the sweet spot. All right, here's the sweet spot for a girl because Obviously, I know a lot about relationships, so you can trust me. Clearly. I don't, but I spend a lot of time thinking about them. And I came up with this theory that for a woman, the sweet spot is where the guy thinks he's smarter than her, but she knows. You know what I'm talking about. She knows she's smarter than him. Because that's the perfect spot to manipulate somebody from. All right? That's like the jewel wasp stinging the freaking cockroach in the brain and just moving it around like a zombie. That's a thing. Jewel wasps sting cockroaches in the brain and just lead them around like a dog on a leash. And I like that analogy because in that analogy, the cockroach, the male analog, is this lumbering, ugly, huge guy that's only useful for reproduction. And the female analog, the jewel wasp, is named for something shiny. And I like that when a girl names something shiny, like crystal or latex. Okay, I've never dated a girl named Latex, but I would totally ask her out if I met a girl named Latex. So, I mean, that's the sweet spot. And I haven't met any girls smarter than me, so I can't be in that sweet spot. I mean, I know they're out there, but they're too busy dating 6'4" guys with 11-inch cocks. So, that's, I did some research for that joke. My Google search history is top 2% penis size and like mind-controlling wasps. So I'm expecting a visit from the NSA anytime now. So what was I talking about before we went on that rant? Was it superheroes? Yes. Or is it, no, being a lawyer. So I'm a lawyer. And being a lawyer is an exciting, prestigious, profitable job to have in 2007. Unfortunately, I graduated in 2010. Because what's the secret of comedy? Timing. And I don't have that. Graduating law school right after the biggest economic collapse since the Great Depression. Do you know how bad your timing has to be for that to be the year you graduate? You having fun or what? That's okay. It's only my life. Let's bilk my misery for laughs. So I used to have dreams of like deciding, arguing very important cases, like Brown versus the Board of Education. Instead of going to history books or law school textbooks at least. Now I've got dreams of making my rent. Most of what I do is making the world safe for annoying texters. So, like, I had one case where a girl was asking for a restraining order against my client for sending annoying texts. But I ended up being successful. He didn't get a restraining order. But I had another case where a guy was facing 9 years in prison for one text message. Now, granted, it was a horrific fucking text message. No matter how heartbroken you are, it is not okay to text your ex-girlfriend, I'm probably going to murder you. Wow. You can't do that. That's called criminal threat. If you make a clear, unambiguous threat, that's a felony. What you need is some ambiguity. You got to put something in there like, there's a small but statistically significant probability something terrible is going to happen to you in the next 5 years. Wow. Wow. That's what the law requires to be safe. Or you could say something like, your existence resembles that of Schrodinger's cat vis-a-vis our recent breakup. Whoa. Whoa. Schrodinger's cat is a thought experiment where a cat is theoretically half dead and half alive at the same time. I just did that because I've got a bet that I can work Schrodinger's cat into a criminal defense joke. Full disclosure, the bet is with me. Because in addition to bad timing, I have very bad judgment. But I told you, it's going to be a STEM. We're going to get science, technology, engineering, to cover it all in here, eventually. Anyway, I think actually that's my... sorry, how much time I got?
You got 1 more minute.
What was it?
1 more minute.
Okay. That's my sweet spot. One more minute. That's when you wrap it up, right? I think that would actually be great in sex. Like my partner could just shine a light and I'd be like, one more minute, all right? Let me break out my best stuff. And then just about right there, nope, the light. Sorry, better luck next time.
59 seconds.
Have we met? Because you sound familiar. Anyway, thanks for coming out. My name is Doug X, just letter X. You can find me at DougXComedy.com.